Hello guys, and welcome to another video in which we'll be talking about an alternative method to solving quadratic equations, which is called factorizing. As we know, to solve these equations, we can follow the general formula by applying this format, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, as we already know, equals to 0. And then the formula you can use to find the x values are x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, and all this divided by 2 times a. However, since this method can sometimes be very time-consuming, you can apply factorizing, which means getting a general format formula like this one and transforming it to x minus p times x minus q is equal to 0. This will be one of your x values. This is a number, a parameter, and this will be another of your x values. The goal of this method is very simple, and it is to find the p and q values that satisfy this equation. Once we have the factors, we use the zero product property, which states that if a times b equals to 0, let's call this one a and this one b, then a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. 0 times b is 0 or a times 0 is 0. Let's practice using an example. X squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. The first thing you have to do, the first step, is to look for numbers that multiply to c, which is this one, this is our c, and to b, which is this one. We see here that these numbers are 2 and 3, such as 2 plus 3 is 5, and 2 times 3 is 6. We can also find 4 and 1 or 5 and 0, but these don't work with other numbers. So we have to find a common pattern in both of these values. And we find that this is 2 plus 3, and this is 2 times 3. Now that we have this, you can rewrite the equation with one of these values being p and the other being q. So x, however, they are positive, so plus 2 times x plus 3 is equal to 0. We can verify this. Let's do it. X times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6, which is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2x, 5x plus 6, which is exactly the same as our original function. So now you may ask yourself, okay, but now that you have the p and q values, how do we find the x values that satisfy this equation? And it's very simple, by applying the zero product property, which I explained before. If a times b is equal to 0, then a or b must be equal to 0. So we get this, and we say x plus 3 is equal to 0, or we get this, and we say x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now you just isolate x. X equals, we pass this one to the other side, negative, minus 3, or x equals, we pass this one to the other side, negative, negative 2. And these are our two answers for this equation. If you want to verify your results, you can simply just substitute these values into the equation. Let's start by substituting negative 3. Negative 3 squared, 9, plus 5 times negative 3, negative 15, plus 6. 9 plus 6, 15. 15 minus 15, 0. Now let's input negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4, plus 5 times negative 2, negative 10, plus 6. 4 plus 6, 10, minus 10, 0. Let's practice with another trickier example. 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 equals to 0. In our last equation, our coefficient for the a was 1, but in this case it is 2. This means that your 2 will be multiplying the C value. So you can't find values that add to 7 and add to 3 and multiply to 3, sorry. No, you must find values that add to 7 and multiply to 6, as 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So, what values add to 7 and multiply to 6? So, let's start off. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 1 times 6 is equal to 6. So, 1 and 6 already works. We can try this with other values to see if it also works. 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. 2 times 5 is equal to 10. So, it's not equal to 6. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So, the only value that works is 1 and 6. Now we can start factorizing our equation. Let's divide it like so. 2x squared plus 6x plus x plus 3 is equal to 0. We have divided our b into 6 and 1. So we can say that this is true. And now, here we can take out a 2x value and say that 2x times x plus 3x plus 3, plus x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we see that this and this is the same. So we can factorize these by saying that x plus 3 times not only 2x, but 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Once we have our p and our q values, we can directly solve it using the zero product property. X plus 3 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 3, or 2x is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 3, that's our first solution, or x is equal to, we pass this multiplying, 2 dividing minus 1 half. And these are our 2 solutions for x. Now you might be thinking, this is a great method to use, and it is probably easier than using the formula, but does it always work? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. While factorization is quick and efficient, once you get the hang of it, now it might seem a bit difficult, but trust me, it gets easier and easier the more you practice it. It is not always applicable, and you must sometimes use the quadratic equation. But don't worry, always try and apply factorization, and if that doesn't work, then move on to the formula, because applying factorization will sometimes save you a lot of time. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope this was helpful.